everybody? Dev Del Molino here, synthesizer of opinions, back with another review, a concert review today, and today we are talking Aminé McFly, Portland, Oregon Roseland Theater, December 28th, 2017, hashtag Glitter Pop Night 2, baby! Now, this was not just any Aminé show, this was hashtag Glitter Pop. Glitter was required per Aminé himself, and so you best believe your boy showed up, glittered up, ready to go. Everybody else in the crowd was glittered up, ready to go. Aminé was glittered up, ready to go, and everybody looked sexy. It was a good time. This show, this night was a lot of fun. I think front to back the entire time. I was really enjoying myself, and there is an added special piece to it. Aminé just got done with his first big-ass world tour, coming off the heels of his first major debut album, Good For You. And it was just kind of this feeling of like, well, the prodigal son has returned. Oh, hi, Kevin. And now he's back in Portland doing kind of a special event for his very, very core fan base. This is an event that he said he wants to do annually and make it a bigger and bigger thing every year, eventually turn it into some sort of a festival. So there were two performances that took place prior to Aminé's. One was a man that goes by the name of Zack Villere. He came all the way from Covington, Louisiana. And then after that was a rap trio from Tempe, Arizona, a rap group whose music I've been into for a little while now and have been wanting to see them in concert, so it was a nice surprise to have them there. Injury Reserve. And yeah, let's go ahead and start with reviewing Zack Villere's portion of the night. So Zack's music is kind of complex to really put into a genre. I think the closest thing that I could tie it to was like an indie pop sound. Definitely has a very DIY flair to it. I've seen publications on the internet classifying him as a contemporary R&B artist, which is kind of a stretch. But I think he started the concert off on a pretty solid note. He came out and he sang a song that I can only find on SoundCloud, but it was basically about building a fort and watching the regular show. If that's the kind of lyrical content that you like in your music, then I would check out his LP, which you can find on Spotify, Little World. I think on stage he has this, again, very boyish and kind of awkward charm to him, which I think plays well into the style of music that he makes. And yeah, I thought it was a pretty decent set. I don't think that it fit 100% into the rest of the set for everybody. I think, you know, he kind of makes sense playing behind Aminé, but certainly didn't make sense playing behind Injury Reserve. That was kind of night and day. But I did hear that he is currently on tour with Rex Orange County, which I think is a much, much better fit, or at least more appropriate. I'm kind of hoping the kind of people that are showing up for Rex Orange County are going to enjoy his music and he'll gain some traction from that. But definitely check out the LP. It's solid. He's an interesting artist. I would definitely get into him, you know, before he's mainstream. As far as a rating goes, I'm going to give this one a feels meh out of feels good. I think he had a decent set and an enjoyable performance, but you know, it wasn't like the crowd was really, really into it. Second act of the night, coming to you live from the suburbs of Arizona, is Injury Reserve. These guys, if you haven't heard of them, are making some damn good music. They are on their third album, which dropped this past year in 2017, Drive It Like It's Stolen. Prior to that was the album Floss, and prior to that was Live from the Dentist's Office. Especially on those first two projects that I mentioned, these guys have a heavy romanticism of like early 2000s, mid 2000s aesthetic and hip-hop style, which is something I have actually yet to see mainstream hip-hop reminisce over and sort of welcome back into the vogue. So again, it puts their music in a very unique place as well. But this newest project that they've come out with is pretty forward-thinking. It's certainly more off of the beaten path. It's heavier, it's a little riskier, it still comes out pretty great. And it was really interesting to see Injury Reserve mix into their set list some of the more advanced and some of the more out of left field songs, like 10 Tenths, which is a pretty heavy and snail's paced track, which their live performance of it had some very industrial bits and pieces thrown into the song. So like at some points of the song, I think I have a video of this, but it got pretty death grippy. And then they performed North Pole, which is this very downward, very solemn and sad track, which was actually my favorite off of the album, but again, it's not really very concert ready. So for me, it was pretty cool to watch. It was cool to analyze, but it is an Aminé show. It is an Aminé show in Portland, Oregon. So, these little high school fucks didn't come to listen to like a mix between Yeezus and Death Grips. They were geniusing the lyrics to Spice Girl the night before so they could come here and look fucking cool on Snapchat. Also, a side note about these guys that I think is really funny, and something that I already knew was solidified by seeing them in person. These guys do not look like rappers at all, and they certainly don't look like they make the kind of music that they make. So I'm going to give these guys a feels good out of feels good. Again, really good set. Didn't fully match the tone and the attitude of the evening, but overall, again, at least for me, it was very fun to watch. So now for the man of the hour, Aminé showed up on stage, glittered up, glittered ass jacket, glittered ass pants, glittered ass face, makeup on. He was flexing. It was so dope. The crowd was absolutely enchanted with him. Easy home run kind of environment. Again, home crowd advantage, if you will. From minute one of him coming out and performing, he just had the crowd eating out of the palm of his hands. Something that was funny about the Aminé performance was, if you're not really aware of his SoundCloud material that came before the album and before Caroline got really big, then like the dude's only got 17, 18 songs. And yeah, he performed every single song I've ever heard by him. He did the entire album. He did Baba. He did Red Mercedes. I'm surprised he didn't do the Red Mercedes remix too. He performed Spice Girls twice. So yeah, I actually don't have a ton to say about the Aminé portion of the evening. It was a lot of fun. It seemed like he was pulling out all the stops for this kind of a concert. He had the full band out, which I think is a nice touch to put a spin on some of the songs that we've already heard. I felt like I was gaining some appreciation for other songs on the album that I didn't love when I first heard it. And yeah, I think he just overall owned the night. He was truly the man of the hour. And that's probably all I have to say about that. So, feels great out of feels good, for sure. I really enjoyed watching this concert. Again, there's the added element of being from Portland. He's from Portland. We're all from Portland. This show is happening in Portland. And I was glad that he was able to do 2 nights of this, both sold out. Killed them both, I'm sure. And again, if he's talking about turning this into like some sort of festival or just kind of big Portland event, an annual one, I think that's an excellent idea. That is like one of the things I've wanted to see happen in Portland the most. So definitely can't wait to see my next Aminé show, my next Injury Reserve show, my next Zack Villere concert, maybe at the Rex Orange County show. And yeah, that's gonna be it for me. If you saw this concert, let me know what you think. If you wanted to see this concert, definitely feel free to peg me with more questions. If you have anything specific to ask, you can do that on Instagram at 40ounces.of.dev. By the way, haha, new shirt. You should definitely check out my Instagram because I have some pictures from that evening, some videos that I've shared here with actual sound to them and whatnot on that Instagram page, 40ounces.of.dev. Remember that. Yeah, go watch my shit now. You can comment on this YouTube video, or you can hit me on Twitter at Dev Del Molino, and I have been Dev Del Molino. You have been so wonderful for watching as always. And remember, art without favor is like a windmill without wind. Dev Del Molino, out.